Hey there.
What's
So
up?
that was the first time Josh got to experience what StreamYard did to us and completely screwed us. No regular intro because now they want $45 a month for the same thing I was doing for like 20.
Oh, to like do
Yeah.
the intro and everything?
Yeah. There's other features, but yeah, they more than doubled their price on us. So it's like, wow, okay. Anyways, how's it going, everybody? How are you doing, Josh?
We're here. We're here.
Yeah.
Second podcast of the day. So,
Second one?
yeah.
Ah, hopefully this is the more fun one. Probably not. It's okay though. Ah, I mean, I bet you didn't get to watch a child's show from the '90s on the other one.
Nope.
You're
Nope.
welcome. so, so anyway, we watched an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, and we got Josh Nealis on to talk about his latest Kickstarter for God damn, I'm gonna mess this name up. The was it the cocaine stripper Stronghold? Yeah, it feels like a word jumble when I haven't said it in a while.
Yeah.
But
It's a good one though. It makes
I
sense.
it does. I will say I'm excited to see this project going in a comic book form. I've been with you many times watching you sell that book, and it seems to fly off the fucking shelves.
Yep. And the comic pairing it with it has sold pretty well as well. And
Awesome.
and honestly, I mean, when you just have issue one of a book, like it'll sell, but not a lot. I've noticed in 10 years of doing this that when you get 2 or 3 or 4 issues, then people are buying it because they can get more of the story.
Right.
So as this comes out, I expect it to sell even better than it already does.
That's awesome, man. Well, before we go ahead and get too far into that, let's go ahead and wipe out this episode for the week, and then we'll get pretty deep into that. And hey, Sean, thanks for joining us, buddy. Um, before
What's
I get
up?
too into it, though, I do want to go ahead and, for anybody who's joining now, later, whenever, there's a link right there for the Kickstarter for this project, which I'm going to go ahead and just leave up here for now while we chat about everything else. So if you guys, while you're listening, want to check out the Kickstarter, feel free. We would, sure, Josh would really appreciate you
I
checking that
really,
out.
really would appreciate it. This is the most expensive comic I've made so far. So
Damn. Well, hopefully it works out good then. So this week I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry I made you watch this episode. The Tale of Bigfoot Ridge. It's just, oh
Oh
man.
boy.
I thought it was fine. I didn't have any issues with it.
Well, I mean, compared to some of the other ones, it's definitely not um, top tier, if you would.
I feel like the last one I watched was something about werewolves or something, I think, and I
Oh
like this
wow,
one
was it
better.
that long ago?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is last Kickstarter,
Oh,
I like this
wow.
one better than that one. So
right? Yeah, we could judge Josh's appearances by looking at his Kickstarter dates.
yeah,
It works out great. So this episode, just going ahead and talking about some of the people in it, which I think some of it might surprise people. So we have Tyler Hall in here as a snowboard kid. Tyler has done a couple of things. When I say a couple of things, I mean he's been in like 21 films as an actor. But his real thing is he has 229 credits doing stunts.
Yeah.
he's got a
Which,
career, So
yeah, I mean, like crazy movies too, like Death Race, X-Men. I mean, the guy's done stunts for some pretty decent things, so it's awesome. As far as his actual acting, though, I mean, I'm trying to think of like, there's really not a lot of really good stuff. Big Wolf on Campus, I mean, but Turbo Kid, Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. He's very small roles with the acting, but definitely on the stunt work, he brings his fucking A game. On this
Hey, he was in
episode,
the Phantom TV series.
I mean, okay, he was in the Phantom TV series. I was like, okay, That changes everything. How does he not have a whole shelf of Oscars? We also got Liz
confusing.
McRae in this episode. Liz has done a lot of fucking shit. Okay, that was surprising. I have not looked her up beforehand. She was in Highlander, The Final Dimension, Alice in Borderland, New. It's new. I mean, going on and on. Typical. She was in Arthur. I got this feeling that Arthur was made in Canada at this point. Looks like she's done a lot of voice work. A lot of voice work.
Oh yeah.
Even before Are You Afraid of the Dark, it seems like this woman was doing stuff way back when. Started off with the Genie Family for 50 episodes back in 1969. I mean,
What?
Wonderful Wizard of Oz did some work there in 87. I mean, she has been around. Warriors, damn, it's actually impressive. I feel like this was probably a drop for her compared to some of the things that she's done in the past. Damn. Anyways, moving on from her, we also got Sarah Edmondson in this episode. Sarah's did a little bit of voice work for My Little Pony, and I've never seen the TV series Max Steel.
I've heard of it. I don't think I ever watched it.
I've heard of it too. But
Like late 80s?
no, this is 2013.
Oh.
Yeah, it's some animated thing. I came across it a couple of times as I was scrolling trying to find something to watch, but never stopped long enough to see what the hell it was.
She did some voice work for the Transformers Cybertron series for 52 episodes there. Stargate SG-1, oh, there's just one episode. It looks like a lot of TV work for the most part, though, but stay consistently working at least.
Yeah.
Also got Brooke and Nevin in this episode. Brooke's done a few things. I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. That was, yeah. You know, that was a movie.
By definition, yes, it had a script and was shot and put on film.
Yeah.
Or digitally shot, however you want to define it. But
she's done a lot of stuff, though. I mean, not a lot of big things, but definitely in a lot of things in general. Quite a few shorts, too, which is kind of weird. She was in The League, Till Death. Is that My Name is Earl she did an episode of? I'll always know what she did. Yeah. Did some voice work for the Tales from the Crypt Keeper series as well. And also did some Goosebumps and Animorphs. She was Rachel in Animorphs. She was like one of the main people. 26 episodes. I'm probably the only one here who is young enough to have watched Animorphs when it came out.
I've heard of it, but
I know it was like a book series or something, and then they made it into a show or something, I think.
Yeah, the books were much better than the... It's really not saying much. The books weren't really that great, and the series was pretty rough too, but I mean, it could be much worse.
I mean, that show came out the year I was graduating high school, so that kind of tells you where I was.
That's fair. Yeah, not me. And then playing Kirk in this episode, we got Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, kind of an unknown. I don't know if anybody really knows who he is.
Nobody. Nobody's ever heard of him, ever.
Nobody knows. I mean, he got famous from that one episode of Forever Night, you know, and then maybe he did a movie or two. I think he was in Jumper. Yeah, he was in Jumper.
Oh, he did that other one. What was it called? Like Awake or something like that, where he goes into surgery, but he's still awake or something.
Yeah.
Jessica Alba, I think, was in that.
I believe so.
That was a decent movie. Jumper was great. I don't care what anybody says. I really enjoyed it.
As I say, I like that one too. Then he did this weird little trilogy of movies.
It was like a really small indie thing, I think.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Like Star Wars. I was thinking it was Planet Battle, but it's
Planet
Star Wars,
Battle.
right?
Yeah. I think Planet Battle is what Asylum released next to it.
Would fucking be surprised.
Makes sense.
I was
But
thinking about making a movie called Cave Treaty, but I don't know.
Cave Treaty. um, before we continue, I will say that this got a 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb as well. So that basically takes us right through the cast of this episode. Jeff, why don't you go ahead and give us a quick walkthrough?
All right, so I'm going to do this as quickly as possible because there's not a whole lot to this episode. We have two friends who are up skates. I almost said skateboarding. Jesus Christ. Already screwing this up.
I mean, it's a tough one. I mean, long day.
Two friends who are snowboarding up in Canada. Danny is distraught because their friend Gina is missing. Kirk doesn't really care. You know what? I'm not calling him Kirk. I'm calling him Anakin. Anakin doesn't care.
Anna Kirk.
He's kind of like,
the dark
they
side
look
was
for her,
already
she's-
taken over.
he's like, look, they looked for her. They couldn't find her. What more do you want? She's like, I just have a feeling, blah, blah, blah.
She's
you
dead
know,
like
that.
the Padawans. I gotta stop.
But Danny and Kirk have a little argument. Kirk walks off. Danny sees their friend Gina, or Gina, kind of off in the distance a little bit. But then she's gone. She's like, okay, that's weird. So the whole crux of this is their friend Gina has gone missing. Danny is seeming to be the only one who's convinced they need to go look for more than what was already done. Kirk's not really buying it. He's like, what more can you do? Danny's having these visions of seeing Gina show up in picture frames on her television, telling her that she's at Bigfoot Ridge. So Danny decides she's going to go find Gina at Bigfoot Ridge. Kirk is like, that's dumb. I'm sorry. I said I was going to call him Anakin. I'm already going back on what I said.
Now you're a liar.
Who cares? I'm a liar. Yeah, you should know that by now. I'm not a professional. I think I do this for... Think I know what I'm doing here? I just sit in front of a microphone and try to talk. Stanley goes off to look for Gina. Gets to the top of like Bigfoot Ridge, and then she sees Gina on a snowboard. Decides to follow her to the Evil Dead cabin, basically.
Yeah.
As Danny's walking around, she gets startled by Anakin, who shows up behind her. You know, he's mumbling about hating sand, but he loves snow. I don't know. They decide they're going to go inside because there's a storm coming. As they go inside, they see who they think is Gina, but has glowing eyes, and they start to feel a little weird. And then I looked away for a split second. I didn't see how she disappeared, if it was a light thing or not.
I looked away at the exact same time.
Yeah, so I heard them go, what happened to us? I was like, oh, I guess I'm never going to know.
You'll never know.
Something happened. They feel a little worried. They're like, okay, this is weird. They continue to look for Gina, but they hear this voice, kind of a raspy voice calling to them. As they go into another room, they see somebody there saying, it's me, Gina. And Anakin and Danny walk over and discover their friend is there. She's like, don't look at me. And as JB pointed out as we were watching, no one ever listens to anyone when they say, don't look at me. They always force them to be looked at.
Yeah. They realized that this old lady stole their friend's clothes and left her naked out in the snow. It was messed up.
Oh, that is a whole different, that is a different way for this to go.
Yeah, I know.
So it turns out their friend Gina is now old because there is some sort of demon soul sucker that is sucked enough of her life force out to turn into Gina. So Anakin and Danny are stuck trying to figure out how to keep a fire going as they discover that this demon Umbra is sensitive to light. So if they use a flashlight or anything, it'll keep it away. So like any demon, if you stay in the light, you're fine. Well, they only have so much fuel for this fire, and they realize that. So they're trying to figure out how to get the lights on in the cabin. They start the generator, no luck. Anakin decides he's going to brave the storm because it's not a sandstorm. And he can withstand the elements, apparently, when it's snowing, and go try to find the main breaker. as Danny stays with Gina. Eventually, this demon shows up, starts to attack Danny, starts to suck her soul, I guess is the best way to say it. Suck her life force. Meanwhile, Anakin's outside trying to knock the lock off the main breaker, which JB, you pointed out that lock on the handle wouldn't have locked it shut.
Yeah. Disconnects have two different holes in them, and the top lock doesn't stop it from moving up and down. It's the bottom one that keeps it actually locked.
So eventually, after, Anakin figures out how levers work, he gets the power on, goes back inside, and they see the demon who is looking like Danny turns into black smoke and then kind of turns into like a cosmic supernatural butthole and disappears.
Yeah, sounds about right.
They discover their friend Gina is now back to her younger self, and they all leave the Evil Dead cabin virtually unscathed. Anakin says something about there's younglings he's got to take care of. I don't know. You figure that out on your own. And that's pretty much it. That's the rough and dirty synopsis for this episode.
Fair enough. I do want to say thank you to everyone watching right now. I see the Slasher Fred sitting there commenting and basically going through a lot of things that we were talking about with Hayden Christensen. And Trickopedia is here. He stopped by, so I want to say, hey, Trickopedia, it's been a while.
Long lost Trickopedia.
Hopefully you're doing well, buddy. And yeah, so I guess we usually go around, tell our thoughts, and give it our own little rating system here, which Josh knows how this goes by now. So, Josh, since you're the guest this week, what would you rate this episode, and what did you think of it?
So are we going out of 5 or 10, or does it not really
10.
matter?
We usually go out of 10, but if you want to make up your own, that's cool.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, it was fine. I enjoyed it. I'd probably give it like a 7.5 out of 5. I like seeing Hayden Christensen. I always like when I watch something, I'm like, oh, there's that person or whatever. So that I always get a kick out of that. And then I assume you guys have talked about the fact that Alicia Cuthbert's one of the main kids now.
Oh yeah, we've definitely
seen her. I always fancied her back in the day, so
I think everyone did.
Yeah, not mad at that.
I think the girl next door did a lot for people to be like, oh,
yeah.
Not the fucked up one.
Yeah, I mean, as a writer myself, it was pretty predictable. Once all the groundwork was laid in this episode, I was like, oh, I know exactly what's going to happen. You know what I mean? As soon as they kill the demon or whatever, she's going to go back to being young and all that. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. So I'd give it like 7.5 out of 10.
Fair enough.
What was the IMDb?
6.2.
Oh, so I liked it a little more than most people.
What about you, Jeffrey? Mr. Epstein.
Fuck you.
And he's gone. That's weird. He didn't hang himself, right? No.
No, honestly, I think this is about just a solid 7. While it is predictable, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I mean, it's better than a lot of the other stuff we saw coming out of this season. And while predictable and you could kind of count the beats and figure out what's going on. I mean, honestly, I wasn't sure it was going to be a demon soul sucker thing, but I thought it was going to be like a doppelganger type of deal for sure, or a ghost, because that's basically how these stories go.
Yeah, I get it.
I think it's mostly a 7 because it's not as bad as some of the other stuff. It's more tolerable. Like if I was doing a rewatch some other time in the future, if this is on, I'm not going to skip it.
Fair enough.
All right, so how low you going on the scale, JP?
So, I mean, I'm a lot more familiar with these episodes than probably both of you combined. I've watched these quite a few times. With me, this is it's not one of my favorite episodes. I as being somebody who's a huge fan of like cryptids and supernatural type things in general, this episode was very disappointing to me for the simple fact that I did not get a Bigfoot and they lied to me. And that really bothered me the entire time I've watched this and every time I've ever watched it. And comparing it just with the other episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark, I mean, I can't go any higher than like a 6 personally, especially knowing that we're about to be jumping into some of the more.
Hell with this.
I knew it was bound to happen.
I am offended, sir.
I mean, it wasn't a bad episode. Getting little Anakin in here is fun. I mean, he's never really been like the greatest actor of all time by any means, but I mean, he's all right. I mean, he's no Ryan Gosling, but
you can see where he's gotten better as he's gotten older.
It'd be weird if it went backwards. Like he got worse.
Some people have.
Yeah.
Some people used to be good, but now you're like, how are you still getting work?
Mel Gibson,
Gary Busey. I mean,
I'd argue Gary Busey, while not as good an actor, is still entertaining because you never know what he's gonna say now.
At that point, you're just fucking laughing at cripples. Like you might as well sit there and just make fun of the mentally disabled, Jeff. Like it's still entertaining. It's like going to an insane asylum and just sitting there watching eating popcorn.
The man left half of his brain on a curb in L.A.
I don't think it was half.
Okay, well, maybe 3/4, but
fair. Anyways, it's not horrible. I think it could have just been better, but I don't know. I just felt lied to the whole time.
I get that because I thought this was going to be like a Sasquatch Bigfoot.
Yeah, but then again, I've been saying this for years and years and years, and it just I don't know. I like Bigfoot stuff. I didn't get Bigfoot, and I will say
missed an opportunity for a Harry and the Hendersons crossover.
I was just about to say, Harry and the Hendersons could have just like walked out of that woods, and
you're not wrong. I will say though, next season is going to be a lot more fun. Which kind of I don't know. To me, it's weird because Are You Afraid of the Dark? The first 5 seasons were fun. Then we get this one where they come back into it, after taking their little break and having their new, group.
Mm-hmm.
But their second season was so much better than the first one. I can't wait to get into that one with you. And then those other reiterations of it afterwards, which are short-lived series every once in a while. But I think you're going to like the next season a lot better and kind of see where I'm coming from on some of this. Anyways, that's going to complete season 6 now, which for those of you who have been paying attention and watching, that means we are going to be going into a 3-week break of Are You Afraid of the Dark for Halloween and doing some movies. One of which we have discussed before on the show, but Jeff wasn't here at the time. So next week we will be talking about, and we agreed to this, right? Did we already do this?
Yeah,
one?
We did this on the show last week.
Rock, paper, scissors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing one of my favorite horror anthologies, Trick or Treat, which should be a very, very fun episode to talk about. And
it's time for my annual rewatch anyway. So
I watch it every couple of months, but
I typically watch it several times throughout the year. So
and then for those interested, I don't know if we have a movie chosen for after that. That's Jeff's choice. So
I'm gonna come. I got a few options I'm mulling over in my head.
We'll be talking about that, and you'll be getting little hints throughout the next week or two. So, next week, because after that, it's going to be that episode.
Oh yeah, I'll have it determined by next week.
Good. I hope
Don't you worry.
Ooh. So, anyways, Josh, you got this Kickstarter going. I know you want to sit there and talk about it. So, tell us a little bit about this project. Tell everybody else about this project because, I got a pretty good idea that I know how this came about and everything.
Well, you were kind of around.
Yes. So explain it to everybody else.
So Cocaine Stripper Stronghold was a weird little dream I had one morning, and all I came out of the dream with was the title. So that day, I thought it was a weird title, and I came up with the basic premise, wrote the book in a couple months and put it out. And it sells so fast that I knew I couldn't just let it go with one book. So I decided to take the main character and put it as a comic series. So the book is about a horde of zombie businessmen and a biker gang that attack a brothel because they like cocaine and strippers, which makes total sense. Don't question it. But the prequel comic series, which is going to be a 4-issue series, we're doing issue number 2 now. It follows Jane, who's the main character, as she goes from like a posh rich girl to the cold-hearted mistress of the desert brothel. So it's kind of her journey, and it's got a lot of zombie fun in it, and ultimately turns into almost a full-blown Western.
You're not wrong. Now let me go ahead and I'm gonna try to get this up on the page for everyone to be able to check it out and see some of the things that you have going on with it. Share screen. Okay, here we go. So from here, we're going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and drop this down below and share the link again, just so everyone is able to actually check it out.
We've got somebody since last I checked, so that's good.
That is true. That is true. I might know them.
Oh, was it you?
Yeah, it was me. Yes. I've been really busy lately. I've been meaning to go do it and do everything, but we've talked. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, anyways, going into this, obviously you've given a lot of the backstory on it, so I'll just go to some of the artwork so people can actually see it.
Yeah.
So we got the cover right here. I'm assuming this is cover A.
That's the A cover. Yep. As you can see, I'm wearing my Packers garb. So why not put what appears to be a Bears, a Vikings, and a Lions player getting chopped up on the cover?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Not saying that's who they are, but looks.
It might be.
Similar.
I mean, I can see how they could look like that.
Yeah.
Like,
and then got our Kickstarter exclusive cover. You can only get it through this Kickstarter with the kitty cat and the eyeball. And JB, I assume you like this cover. For some reason, when I was coming up with the idea, I was like, I think JB will like this cover.
really, it reminds me of something that I know of. Maybe this cover?
Oh, yeah, might be in certain ways.
I like it. I do enjoy that
Wait a
cover.
minute. Is that the same as this cover?
I think it is.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy. All of us own products from Cutthroat Comics.
Weird.
Who would have known?
I mean, I could walk and grab something that looks almost just like that too. It's just
I just don't want to walk. So, looking at some of the artwork here.
Yeah, of course, Cristiano is my main artist, and he crushes it. I mean, his colors are so vibrant and they pop, and he's just, the dude's awesome. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of him. And then I showed this page. This is not the second page. That's the first page up there. This is somewhere in the middle, but I show this page to show that we can tell a story. You know, we know how to do it in comic form. This page, not only do you get some pretty cool lyrics from songs, but you get to see them trying to woo the cat into trusting them and stuff. So, you know, this is like a montage as you would see in Rocky, but it's on a comic book page.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, dude. There's only one thing that pops into my head when I see this page, and that's your line right here and the hot dog flavored water. It's like, God damn it!
I mean, what else would you listen to during the zombie apocalypse?
Well, I mean,
flavored water.
Yeah, I mean, I would listen to Limp Bizkit and Sum 41 and DMX.
Just make sure you pack a chainsaw.
Yeah,
I'm not. Damn it! I don't see no chocolate starfish anywhere, though. I mean, I feel like you messed up by not putting one in there.
That's for
And
the
then,
OnlyFans.
Yep, and for those that aren't aware, this is a page. It's a flashback page being done in the old school method by a guy that comic fans would know as Mike DiCarlo, who is known for his work in DC Comics on such things as Death in the Family, the Batman story, where
Ooh.
Jason Todd gets offed by the Joker. He's known for first appearance of Lobo, first appearance of Booster Gold, Powerpuff Girls, first appearance of He-Man, and tons of other things as well. So got a big name guy that literally told me on the phone that he doesn't have to take every job he's offered, but he likes this project and likes the story, so he wanted to be in on it. So that should tell everybody right now. This is a guy who worked with the best of the best. You know, he's worked with Todd McFarlane and all these other people. Like, he knows good stories when he sees it. So him working on it should be the seal of approval for anybody.
Right. Which you're not wrong.
Yeah. And then that you just passed is a sketch cover for issue 1. We're going to do a little re-release of that. So anybody that wants to pick up that, you can take it to your favorite artist and get them to draw on it.
Ooh, nice.
So that's only for
that's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That'll be fun. I'm definitely going to have Mike send him a few copies too. So.
Oh, he's going to love that. Then we got the novel here.
Yep, the novel. That's an actual book with words in it.
It has a lot of words in it.
Look at there.
Crazy. Who made the same? We got Josh Nealis.
Yep. And as you can see, we all get little cameos where we get murdered. And that's Mike with his ZFL logo, not the NFL logo, because we did not want to get sued.
That's understandable. I know that was something you brought up to me. So let's see. Then you got your bundles, obviously, which is awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you did a bundle on every one of these things. So you got the digital copies of both of them for $5 for both copies. Issues 1 and 2 and the novel fully digital for $10. The issue 2 bundle for $14, which is the 2 covers, and this is issues 1 and 2 cover A's bundle. Then you got the blank cover issue 1 for $6. The basic bundle only, which is going to be A covers, as well as the novel for $25. Then you got the 1-2 triple comics bundle, which has the exclusive cover on top of it. Let's see what else do we got here? All them books bundle, $32. You got issues 1 and 2, the Kickstarter exclusive, and the novel. And then obviously you get your retailer stuff, which I won't get into too much details, but retailer stuff means you're getting a lot of extra covers of all the copies of every cover.
Yep.
Oh, I'm assuming that this right here is going to be more of the add-ons. And
yeah. So we're doing something different on this one. Instead of stretch goals, we're doing, we're just going to give out free stuff pretty much. If you spend certain amounts of money, you get free things. So
awesome. But you got some COAs in here, some magnets in here, and
who knows? If we do really well, I may just throw extra stuff in just because, so.
Right.
But you can always get those things as well, too. So.
Of course.
And then for issue 1, we had a couple extra covers that were limited print runs. We still have some, so we're offering limited amounts of those.
Nice.
And then for every 25 backers, whether you're digital or physical, I'm counting that as a backer. So every 25 backers, I'm going to give away a free comic book to only physical backers. So I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly, but every 25 backers, we're going to pull a name of physical backers and give them a free comic book.
So like a raffle for every time you hit 25 more people, somebody randomly within the list of backers is going to get a free physical comic book.
Yeah, but if you're just a digital backer, like, we're not sending you mail, so I can't really send you a free comic book. So it'll be
we're not going to add it
every 25 people.
Very nice.
Free stuff.
And that is the end of that.
Yeah, I keep my Kickstarters pretty basic. I mean, it's not a lot of thrills and all that, but it's comic books and novels and stuff, man. It's fun. It's a good series. People really enjoy it. So,
right. And you still got 27 days left to go, which means that this just kicked off 3 days ago. Because I know that you were big on the 30 days.
Yep.
And you're already over halfway funded too. So that's pretty fucking awesome for 3 days.
Yeah. Well, and I do my Kickstarters different. A lot of people will set their thing at like $3,000 and hope they get there.
Oh yeah, I don't
And
either.
then if they don't get there, then you don't get anything. So I set mine kind of low, reasonable. The way I see it is like 500 is what makes it worth my time doing all of this. But really, each comic book costs $3,000 to $4,000 just to make. So it's more like we need to just keep pushing and get as much as we can get on it, because that money goes directly to Cristiano and Mike. I mean, I don't even get any of that. My stuff comes on the back end. So it's helping blue collar workers get paid, pretty much.
Very understandable. I'm
supporting the artists directly, basically.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I've been lucky enough where I've had deals going with a lot of the stuff I've worked out, so it's worked out differently for me. But it's I get where you're coming from on that for sure. I mean, it's not cheap at all to make anything like that.
No. Especially when you got somebody that's friggin' worked for DC Comics for 40 years.
Yeah, I don't even want to ask you what that bill was.
Very reasonable. I'm not gonna lie. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's awesome, because I mean, he didn't have to be.
Yeah.
So that's for sure.
That's true.
Well, that's awesome though, man. I'm very happy for you. Now question. So you got what? Cocaine Stripper Stronghold issue 1. This is number 2. How far along, if you could tell us, are we in the storyline compared to the book?
Well, I mean, it's a 4-issue series, so we're halfway through.
Okay. So it is a 4-issue series for sure.
Yeah, and all 4 issues I actually sat down. Unlike all my other comics, I would just write 1 issue at a time and then pretty much come back a year later and be like, oh, what happened? But the 4 issues of this, I sat down and just knocked it out. So it's all been written.
Right.
And to be honest, when we started doing the art and stuff for this, I had to read back through it because I was like, I don't even know what happens. I have no idea. Couldn't even remember. So I kind of sort of remember what happens from here on out. But I'm sure there's going to be surprises when I read through it and be like, oh yeah, that's funny.
Right. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm very happy for you. I'm halfway through this already. Well, I mean, and I'm assuming if it goes well, you're going to do continuations off of it.
You mean like more comics and books?
Yes.
Maybe. If I do another comic, it would probably have to come after the book, would be my guess.
Right. I imagine it's much easier to write it after that.
Yeah, I've given it a little bit of thought. I'd have to read through the book and even remember who lives and who dies. So
fair enough.
I think I remember. I've written, so many books and stuff, and it's weird when you think about people like Stephen King who've been doing it forever. And
you got your own section on my book, bro.
If people ask me about his books and stuff, and it's like, how do you remember? Because I don't remember like my books and stuff so much. Like once I write it, like it's gone off into the ether. So
especially with how much stuff you've written, dude. You got a lot. I mean, like I said, you got your own section on my bookshelf. So I mean, I'm very aware of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. Though I'm very happy for you. I'm really hoping this one goes off good. I know that the Kickstarting world has kind of been it's fun for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's been rough for a lot of people. Even people that seem to be really successful at it are also struggling with it. So anybody that's watching, help people out on Kickstarter. Specifically me, like do me first. But yeah, I mean, these indie artists.
Let's rephrase it.
Yeah.
Tackle anything Cutthroat Comics.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I like that. I like anything Cutthroat Comics. Jump in on that, and then if you got 10 extra bucks, shoot it to somebody else on Kickstarter.
Yeah, preferably somebody else within Cutthroat Comics.
Make sure I'll approve them. Talk to me about it.
Right. I love the idea of just keeping it all within Cutthroat.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. You gonna say something, Jeff?
No, I was just.
Oh,
why not keep it all for Cutthroat?
Yeah,
right. That's how I feel about it. Did you have any questions for Josh while he's here?
No, he's covered everything, and I'm excited because I'm gonna get some more because I've got these in the novel. So I need.
God damn it! I can't. We can't see it through your fake.
Yeah, I know.
It just like shows up part of it.
I have to hold this one up.
There you go.
The variant.
50 print run, and I think there's a few left on the Kickstarter. So
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I'm going to be backing it as soon as I can.
and
Oh,
I
that's awesome.
appreciate it. It's
I
a
need,
fun
I need
book,
to
man.
continue. I haven't bought comic books in a long while, but I needed to buy these.
Yep.
It's because the premise is so fucking cool.
I will say this. So in the first issue, there were three flashback pages that Mike did. So if you're a fan of Mike's art, which I am, because it's got that old school awesome grit to it, his flashback pages are doubled. He has 6 in this one, so that's why he's not on the cover of this one, because I could not afford to have him do the cover as well, which I wish I could have, but it's just I'm not quite made of money. But he's got 6 flashback pages, and he's already killing it with the first one. So you get a nice chunk.
Right. Before we go ahead and start to wrap things up, there is one thing I do want to talk about with people, just so they are aware, because I mean, the topic of Kickstarters is going to be coming up more and more frequently, especially in the next couple of months. But I do want to throw out there that with Kickstarters, and anybody who is part of any Kickstarter program or who wants to be part of it, just so people are aware of how they work, they start off as a pledge. So anything that you do with the pledge, nothing gets taken out of anybody's accounts until the end dates on these things. So if you are looking to go and support anything that's on there, support anything from Cutthroat Comics, just remember that you have till the end of the time frame before it's actually going to come out of your accounts.
Yep.
You have time to prepare and get ready for it, and support the indie artists out there that you enjoy. So it's one of those things that even if you don't have anything now, there are things that you can do to still help out and make sure that people know that you are supporting those projects. But yeah, I just want to make sure everyone's aware. I mean, I know a few of my good friends that I've talked to over the last couple of weeks, they didn't understand how it worked. So, I mean, it's always nice just to throw in there just an idea, just so people realize how the Kickstarter program actually works with people.
Yeah, because with the last one for the first issue of Cocaine Stripper Stronghold, I pledged ahead of time and then just set aside the money as it got closer to the date and took care of it.
Right.
So
you got time to sell a kidney or go steal a kidney or whatever you got to do to.
Right. What you got to do? You can start an OnlyFans in that time.
Yeah.
You can sell feet pics on the internet.
I like the idea of stealing kidneys. Like that just seems like the best way about it.
Yeah, but you don't want to flood the market.
While I'm here, do you want to touch on TOSAT 2 a little bit?
I guess we can. I mean, obviously,
pretty much. I just want to say, while I'm here, as the editor of that book, JB and Zell, we'll call him Zell. I don't know if you say his name on here, but he wants to go by Zell for the comic.
Yes.
They sent me their stories, and I edited it, and the stories were good, but we really got them refined, and we got them pumped up, and we got them crisp, good stories, and they're obviously to the point where I will vouch for those 2 stories in this next book. So when JB starts talking about this within the next couple weeks or so, like, it's got my seal of approval. So definitely you want to check it out.
Yeah, I haven't been saying too much because obviously I've been waiting for you to check over everything. But if everything goes well, it'd be sooner than later that you'll be seeing the second issue of Tales of Shock and Terror hitting Kickstarter as well.
And we sold out of issue 1 quite a while ago. So
yeah, I mean,
people bought it. So definitely,
I have a handful of copies left over, and I'm putting them in here for the Kickstarter for limited releases for people trying to buy full bundles of stuff too.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm really hoping for the best on that one. I mean, I know it's more of a genre thing than anything else, and it's gonna, it's a little bit more of a specific market than your typical comic books, but I am hoping for the best for that one. I'm excited to hear what you have to say and what you think about what's going on with the Kickstarter that I have set up since I've made you part of that. But we worked really fucking hard on that one. We did something that I was kind of told not to do in a way by doing like a bunch of extra covers because we just had so much fun with making shit. which I've been, I've been told like, a lot of covers is getting harder on people, which I understand that, but I mean, when the artist is just like, man, I got this idea, it's like, man, I'm not going to tell this guy no.
Yeah,
He's
go ahead
fucking
and do it.
kicking it out, and I mean, we got some covers on there that just look fucking awesome, and I'm very, very excited to share them when it goes live. So I hope you all like it. If not, fuck you, I guess. I mean,
Well, the cool thing is if people have the money when the time comes, because it's going to be incentive for them to get the higher package, to get those alternate covers, because those aren't going to be something everybody gets.
Yep.
oh no, I'm going to run.
There's only so
basically
many.
the same way as the first one. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
any
and-
variant covers are going to be limited to the Kickstarter or cons if I have leftovers.
and we're doing the same thing with yours that we're doing with mine. Is every 25 backers, I'm going to give away a free comic book.
That is true. That is true. So hopefully everybody likes that. I think Josh is just trying to decrease his stock. He's like,
Okay.
I'm tired of lugging these around.
So, I mean, what happens when I have a Kickstarter exclusive cover, because it's only available through the Kickstarter, I have to order a few extra books just in case something happens, like through the mail or something, when I mail them out to people. So I have a bunch of books just sitting here. So it's like, I might as well give them to people for free, right?
Right. I understand it. I do. I definitely do. I still got, like I said, small selection of my own as well. So, but yeah, definitely keep an eye on that. Obviously, I'll be talking about the Tales of Shock and Terror one whenever it is available. More importantly, though, Josh's is out right now. You could check out that link right there. It's in the notes right there. It's going to be in the show notes. It's going to be everywhere. I mean, please check out everything he has going on. He's worked his ass off on making a good product. I mean, he's, like I said, he's over halfway done with his funding, and I'm excited to see where he ends up on it. Maybe we'll sit there and compete like we did last time. I think we both were up there.
Yeah. I cheated last time.
Cheated? Did you?
Did I not tell you that?
No. This is the first I'm hearing about this now.
I think we were tied. I think we were trying to do backers, right? Whoever got the most backers.
Yeah.
And I think you guys had like 53 or something. So I created a second account and backed mine and had 54.
You gotta have it. You fucking dick. I was so proud of myself. And you I would have had more than you. All right. Well, I didn't back myself, asshole.
I do want to put this out there real quick, because I'm obviously going to back the Cocaine Stripper Stronghold that's going now, and I'm going to back Tales of Shock and Terror too. If by chance, and I know the odds are slim, if my name gets picked as the free comic winner, I'm going to decline that, give it to the next person under me or whatever. Give it to somebody else.
Hear that?
I want somebody else to get that free comic. I don't need it. I'm getting
you already
what
have
I want
anyway, probably. Just like me, you got your Josh Nealis.
I'm just saying that the odds are slim that my name would come up, but if it does, I don't want it to be seen as like, oh well, he's on the show, of course he gets a free comic. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
All
rig
right.
it.
Plus, it's like pay it forward.
Right? Jeff's gonna be the only one that wins on either of ours.
I'm gonna back it with my.
Why
I'm
did
gonna
his
back
name
each of
get
them with
picked?
my own name again, like I said, and then I'll win my free comic and save the postage.
Exactly. I like that.
Who's this Beth Jaldry that won?
Anyways, do you have anything else that you want to add before we go ahead and get out of here tonight?
Me or Jeff?
You.
Or me.
I don't care about Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, please back the Kickstarter. It helps out greatly, and we also have a couple other spooky season style books. The Monster King is fresh out. We sold out of that like that. I had to order more. So yeah, I mean, it sold out fast. So if you like Labyrinth or like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Nemo in Slumberland, Willy Wonka a little bit. Kid gets sucked into the monster world, has to find his way out. What's that one? Black Cauldron a little bit. Like it's got a lot of that kind of 80s vibe to it, nostalgia. Hellscape is also a good kind of spooky style series a little bit. It's about dreams and nightmares and stuff. But check those out, and I would appreciate it. CutthroatComic.com.
Anybody who throws out, it's kind of like Labyrinth already has me won over. You know, does it remind you of the Babe, Jeff?
Babe with the power.
The power of voodoo.
I threw that off, but it's because I never remember what order it goes in.
Oh, I know way too much about that
Yeah.
song. All right. Jeff, do you have anything that you want to add in before we get out of here today?
Yeah, new episode of Skewered Universe podcast is out. We're continuing very Skewered Halloween. This time it's myself and Leanne. We're talking about Beavis and Butthead Halloween episode. We've got some Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy we talked about. And unfortunately, we also talked about the David S. Pumpkins animated Halloween special. So go check that out. And there's more coming throughout the month of October. We've got the whole slate of Halloween episodes coming out. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Check them out.
All right. I think that basically tackles everything. So thanks, everyone, for checking out everything going on over here. Remember, you can get to everything over at talesfromthepodcast.com. There are links to everything going on with Jeff over there. There's links to the original Tales of Shock and Terror, which will take you to Cutthroat Comics as well. So you can check out everything that's going on over there also from the Tales from the Podcast webpage. And I think that wraps it up. So you guys all enjoy your day. And yeah, check out the Kickstarter.
Goodbye.
You guys have a great night. Thank you all for watching.